Good evening, sports fans. Welcome to another exciting edition of High School Sports here on your High School Sports Leader Oregon Sports Beat. Tonight, kickoff starts in the football season, and we are at Ida B. Wells High School. The football field tonight will be the home of 6A football between the Lincoln Cardinal and the Bend Lava Bears. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Hall. I'll be doing the play-by-play. Working with me tonight, my broadcast partner, Kurt Guelsdorf. This is a big season for both these teams. Cardinal last year, 3-6. They lost their star player, Brady Kopetz, who's now playing for the Colorado Buffaloes, but they got a lot of players back. They have 20 seniors. For the Bend Lava Bears, they are dropping down to 5A from 6A. They made the 6A playoffs last year. They lost in the first round to West Lynn, but they have their entire starting backfield back from last year when they went 3-7. Head coach Matt Caruso for the Lincoln Cardinal. Head coach Matt Craven for the Bend Lava Bears. I'm joined by my color analyst tonight, Kurt Guelsdorf. Kurt is was the head Michigan City for the girls, couple of 2 or 3 state championships. Now the coach at Clackamas Community College for the women. Kurt, thanks for joining us tonight. We've worked before. What do you know about these two teams?
Well, first of all, good to be back with you, Dave. It's fun to be out at Friday Night Lights on a Thursday to open the season. Let's put it, to all our fans out there. And, I think you're going to have two teams that are looking to start out on a positive note. The record reflected, you mentioned that earlier, 3-7 and 3-6. So a 1-0 start would be a good jumping off point for both these coaches that are looking to improve on last year's record.
If you're looking for somebody on Bend to watch, we want to watch the quarterback, Malachowski, and the running back, and that's Malachi Nutter. He was a 1,000-yard rusher last week. They will run a double wing formation. On defense, they'll play a 4-2-5. For the Lincoln Cardinal, they have a lot of people back from last year at the skill positions. And interesting, the quarterback tonight, that is going to be Carson Wacker. You remember last season? We were here for the start of the Lincoln season, and Carson Wacker, well, he went out on the first series of the game. The starting quarterback job fell to the freshman, Liam Hendricks, and he had to play all season. But Wacker is back, and he will start tonight. The Cardinal will run a lot of shotgun formations, but they'll also run a lot out of that.
Well, again, it'll be interesting to see a little bit of a contrasting in styles. You're going to get that wing tee for listeners that are unfamiliar. You're going to have a loaded backfield, a lot of deception, a lot of faking by the quarterback, a fake to one running back, a fake to another running back, and then a lot of runs. And just looking at the weights there, it looks like when Ben goes at 215 at quarterback, 205. Nutter and Kelly about 200 pounds each, so you're going to have some beef in that backfield. Lincoln's going to have to do a good job of shutting them down. On the other side, I think Lincoln, you had talked to Coach Caruso yesterday, looking to be a little bit more shotgun, a little bit more in the air, so it'll be a little bit of a contrast in styles. And again, first game you never know, Dave. You really don't know what you're going to get, and I think a lot of the coaches right now aren't quite sure exactly what they're going to get from their O-lines, their D-lines, their position, and their skill guys.
6A Lincoln from the PIL, 5A Ben from the Intermountain Conference. I want to tell you about one of our great sponsors tonight, and that's Wacker Remodel. When you're looking to remodel or upgrade your home, you want to work with a trusted, certified remodeling professional with 30 years of experience providing efficient, high-quality craftsmanship for all phases of remodeling. Call Scott Wacker at 503-539-9650, or for a free consultation, you can go and check them out. 503-539-9650. Call Scott Wacker. I want to tell you about a player who's going to play tonight. Somebody Coach Caruso alerted me to for Lincoln, and that's number 1, and that is Moroni Seeley Roberts. Most of you who are Lincoln fans know who that is. Star basketball player from last year. Didn't play football last year. Going to play football this year. He'll play defensive end. He'll play wide receiver. He'll play a little bit of running back. The interesting thing about him, he is 6'5", 205, and he has pretty good speed. So we'll watch out and see what happens tonight with Moroni Seeley Roberts.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if maybe in goal line situations Now, do you know, was he out the entire season, or is this like a late ad? Did he come out just within the last couple weeks, or did he start out?
I think he came out early.
Okay, because I think that kind of size, a little bit hard to guard around the end zone, and we've seen over the years some basketball guys that have turned into good tight ends. I think of Antonio Gates.
Oh,
I think of Tony Gonzalez. That ended up being incredible players at the NFL, both Hall of Famers that because of their basketball acumen, their ability to post up, as they say, might be able to do that around the end zone. So I'll be curious to see if down in that area, if Lincoln can get down there, that they might utilize his size down there.
Coach Caruso told me that they want to run the ball. They want to throw the ball out of the shotgun more. So look for Maroney, Sealy Roberts. Also look for their wide receivers. That is Dylan Iwanaga, number 2, who is a great wide receiver, and Tommy Pempel, number 4.
Pempel returning all-league player for Lincoln, so we'll keep our eye on Tommy.
Cardinal come out on the field. Black jerseys, red pants, red helmet.
Your Lincoln Cardinals, led by Coach Matt Caruso.
Thanks for joining us. We'll have an exciting season here of Lincoln Cardinal football.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in a moment of silence
All right.
to honor those that lost their lives in the recent tragedy in Bend. Thank you. Those of you that are able, please rise for the national anthem.
All right, our national anthem, and now we're about ready to kick this one off. The Lincoln Cardinal, the Bend Lava Bears. I want to tell you about one of our other great sponsors, and that's Sports Car Market Magazine. Sports Car Market Magazine salutes the hardworking Lincoln Cardinals. For 35 years, Sports Car Market Magazine has been the go-to source for information about collecting and driving Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Maseratis, Corvettes, and Porsches. To sign up for a free weekly newsletter, go to sportscarmarket.com. We want to thank all of our sponsors tonight, making all this possible.
Well, Dave, I would guess you probably have that magazine on your table. You probably drove your Ferrari or Lamborghini here tonight. I don't know if they gave you a special spot or what.
You know, for a long time I had a rule, buy American, but I violated the last car.
Uh-oh.
I grew up in Ohio. My grandpa worked for Chevrolet for 35 years. He worked on an assembly line. He put like the left front fender on a car as it came by. So I was kind of I was born in to have to buy American cars.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Buy American. There you go.
Ben will receive.
Hey, looks like Ben won the toss there.
Bend is going to receive. They're in the white uniforms.
We'll get to see the old wing tee coming out.
Navy and gold, navy letters, gold trim. They will be to our right. They will move from right to left. The Lincoln Cardinal, they will be to our left, and they will move from our left to our right.
Yeah. It'll be interesting for Lincoln playing their games here, you know, and obviously not having a home field this year. We'll see if that has any issue. But I would think knowing that you're going to be here the entire season, probably something you can get used to pretty quickly rather than, practicing one place and then ending up at another. So
3 wins for both these teams, so both these teams want to get off to a good start and get a win right off the bat.
Yeah, 1-0 would be big for both Matts,
Exactly.
Craven and Caruso. That'll be easy for us to remember.
Lava Bears play in the Intermountain Conference, but this year they have games. They're here at Lincoln. They're going to play at home against Centennial. They'll play at Canby, and they will play. Their rival is Summit, and that's probably the best team in the Intermountain League.
Yeah, Canby able to play 5A in football this year and then stick around for basketball. So there's a little bit of a new OSA rule out there, if you're not aware of that, where you can play down for football and your other sports stay at whatever level you were at.
I reversed the direction of both these teams. Lincoln will be to our right and move from right to left. Bend will be to our left and move from our left to our right.
Well, I think they tricked you. They ran down there.
They did.
They did, and I think somebody realized that the sun's going to be in Ben's eyes here in the first quarter, and maybe Lincoln saw that opportunity to, since they did not win the toss, to pick the end. They chose this way.
I had a nice talk with Coach Caruso yesterday, and I had a nice talk with Coach Kevin Cooper, the offensive coordinator for Bend, before tonight's game. So I'll get you some information that both gave me. Picked up at the 20, dropped. Lava Bears come up with that. That was a dangerous, dangerous situation for them.
Yeah, number 23, Trey Lucas, had a little bit of trouble on that first one, and it was an awkward one. Not quite a pooch, but a short one that Ben was able to fall on there at the last second.
19, the quarterback for the Lava Bears, Logan Malinowski. He's a senior. 20, the running back, Malachi Netter. He's a senior. Netter had 1,000 yards last year. Splitting out, that's Blake Rashung. He's a senior, 6'4". They were in a double wing, shifted. Now they're back in that double wing. Lone setback is Netter. Motion. Handoff straight ahead. That's Netter. Big hole. There he goes.
Oh, boy.
Cross midfield to the 40, to the 30, and brought down at the 25. 55 yards on the carry for Nutter.
That was a big run, and there was a lot of running room. I don't believe he was touched for 10 or 15 yards there and was able to get down and laid a stiff arm at the end.
Big hole over left tackle. He got through there, and once he did, he ran by the linebackers. 55 yards on the carry, first down at the 25. Handoff to the wingback, number 6. That is Jack Sorensen.
Sorensen, 5'11", 170, not quite as big, but again, a lot of deception up front in this wing T offense.
He got to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Third down. The double wing. Pitch to the wingback coming around. And he cut off right tackle. Probably got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Yeah, back-to-back good defensive plays for Lincoln. Brings up 3rd and long, gets him behind the chains a little bit here. And again, the wing T not designed to big play you all the time. They're not going to throw it, and so if Lincoln can get them in some long yardages on 3rd down, that's to their advantage for sure.
Well, it is right now. It's 3rd and 10. Malinowski, receiver split wide to the left. The pitch to the wingback, turns the corner. Number 6 on the carry, Jack Sorensen. Might have got 4. That's going to bring up 4th down.
I'm going to make you a bet. I bet you they're going, Dave. I'm just going to give you a quarter if they don't, but I'm telling you, I think they're going. The wing T designed to grind it out a little bit. High school, you're not going to see a lot of 37-yard field goals. Pretty rare. You owe me a quarter, Dave.
Receiver split wide to the right. Here's the wingback. Drops back to throw across the middle and complete wide open in the end zone.
Simmons with the touchdown catch.
27 yards on the touchdown reception. That was to number 2, Blake Grosham.
Yeah, I had Groshong also, and the announcer just said Simmons, so I don't know if we're looking at a different one.
No, I'm pretty sure that was 2, and I'm looking back at the notes the coach gave me.
I think what we have here, Dave, is a little bit of a roster issue, so let's Let's get you this one.
The coach told me Blake Cruchon. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Simmons is 2. This is an updated
Okay.
roster. So,
There we go.
like we had a blocked extra point there.
Okay, so the completion was to
Liam
Simmons,
Eldridge with the block.
and that is Corbin Simmons, the wide receiver, 5'11", 140, that got the touchdown. So Malinowski 1 for 1 for 27 yards and a TD. That score coming at 10:17 left to go here in the first quarter. Point after touchdown was blocked.
Fairly impressive drive there. For what, 5 plays, I think it took them to go down there. Obviously, the big bust-out play. Lincoln stops them consecutively, and then the 27-yarder, 2 players in the area. Simmons comes up with the play. Lincoln was in a bad spot. Both defensive backs there in bad spots, and so that starts Bend out in a positive note.
5 plays, a scoring drive. Let's see what Lincoln does to come back from that.
He did that in a minute 43.
Here comes the kick. And a short kick, bounces at the 11, fielded. Tommy Pempel on the kick, on the return, straight up the middle, and he'll get out to about the 23-yard line.
Good coverage by Ben. 2 people stayed in their lanes.
Cockrell with the tackle. Wacker Remodel. When you're looking to remodel or upgrade your home, you want to work with a trusted, certified remodeling professional.
All right, Carson Wacker will be at quarterback.
Craftsmanship for all phases of remodeling. Call Scott Wacker at 503.
Trip receivers to the left. Receiver split wide to the right. Lone setback. Carson Wacker, the quarterback. Wacker with a hard count there, not able to draw anybody offside. Looks again. Wacker wanted to throw. He's going to throw to the outside underneath. Pempel complete, but no gain.
Covered some ground on that toss. One of those long throws across the field. Not a lot of room to go. There were 2 DBs over there that closed quickly. A little hurry-up offense here, Dave. Both teams trying to get to the line pretty quickly.
Now they take those 3 receivers to the right. They'll change. There's the snap. Handoff inside, a hole up the middle.
Uh-oh, fumble.
And drop the ball.
Bishop with the recovery.
Fumble, it is a fumble, recovered by number 9 for the Ben Lava Bears. Not sure who that is. Don't see that on my roster.
Yeah, we've got a couple different roster issues here between the one that was handed to us and the one that was printed out from the OSAA site this morning.
Right, we've got 2 rosters for Bend, and I don't see a number 9 on that was Jackson Bishop on the other roster. Maybe that's who that is.
Yeah.
All right, turnover on the first offensive possession for the Cardinal Lava Bears. The ball is at the 26-yard line. Malinowski steps back. Hands the ball straight up the middle on the dive play. Nutter, and he gets all the way down to the 10, a gain of 16.
If we're going to use a basketball term, that was a quick hitter, Dave. That was quick to the back coming through, and good running, good turning of the legs there. And Nutter is a tough back. Obviously, a returning all-league kid, 1,000-yard rusher.
2 carries, 71 yards for Nutter.
I'll take that stat.
Yeah, take that any day. 8:58 left to go in the first quarter. 6-0, Ben leads, and on the move after the turnover. Another dive play up the middle. Here comes Nutter.
And that's a touchdown.
Another touchdown.
Touchdown, Ben.
And not the start Lincoln wanted, that's for sure. getting behind there a little bit.
The time on that,
fumble.
8:46, 12-0.
Another drive that less than 2 minutes there, and now we're looking at a really important possession coming off this kickoff here.
Exactly.
Lincoln. They're going to have to try to at least get their defense off the field for a little bit.
That kick was good. Ben 13, Lincoln nothing.
The point after touchdown is good. 13-0 our score in 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Bend has 13 points up on the board. I want to tell you about one of our great sponsors, and that's Jennifer Odell Sample, Oregon real estate broker. She's an agent with Premier Property Group, LLC, and she wishes the Lincoln Cardinal a fantastic season. Jennifer is your real estate advocate from contract to closing and beyond. Go Cards.
Contract to close and beyond. Go Cards.
Looks like we're reading from the same script there.
All right. Here's the kickoff.
Gotta love the high school football with no commercial. You just get right going, right? They're just lining up to kick it again, and there's no 5-minute break.
Pempel and Iwanaga deep for the kickoff. Short kick. Bounces it upfield by an upback at the 25, out to the 30, 35, out to the 37-yard line.
That's good field position there, Dave. That's a good omen there for the Cardinals. Let's see if they can do something with it.
Henry Fovinci on that kickoff return will spot the ball out at the 37. Second offensive series for the Cardinal. Turnover on the first series on a fumble. Trip receivers to the left.
Decent crowd starting to fill in here for Lincoln. Going to fill up those bleachers.
Wacker hands it in the middle, straight ahead. Gets about 3.
Mirab Shahi with the carry.
Mirab Shahi with the carry, and he gets 3. Kusha Mirab Shahi got 3 on that, out to the 40.
Second down and 7.
Second and 7. Receivers wide left and right, slot left and right. Wacker sets. Back shift sides. Long count. That may be too long.
Yeah, I think there was a little, what they call in football terms, a check with me. That's where you hear the coaches kind of dissect what the defense is in. Then they'll do a verbal call, a check with me, where the quarterback will look over. They might make a slight adjustment there and call something out or stay in what they're in. That time it just took too long. There was no snap of the ball, so 5 yards back. Now we're at second and about 12.
There's no clocks in the end zone for the quarterback to see like there is in the pro game.
No.
Wacker wants to throw, rolls right, looks, throws, and incomplete.
The rollout pass intended for Iwanaga, incomplete.
It was intended for Iwanaga, incomplete. Wacker 1 for 2, no yards. Third down and 7.
I think it's 3rd and 12 now. That penalty set him back.
Oh, I'm sorry,
the
the
penalty.
penalty.
Okay.
It is 3rd and 12. 7:48 left to go in the first quarter. 13-0, Ben leads. Hand up in the middle, big hole up the middle, close to the first down, out to the 45.
Mirab Shahi with the carry.
Well, interesting call here for Coach Caruso. Interesting call.
Baker with the tackle.
5 yards on the carry for Mirab Shahi.
And looks like punt team's coming in.
Punt team is coming in.
I was curious to see if they were going to go on
Fourth
and 2, their own 46.
Right. 4th and 2 near midfield, down 13-0.
Yeah.
I think punting is a wise choice here.
Yeah.
Ricker in to kick.
Looks like we have a timeout. Somebody's got a timeout on the field. Oh, timeout,
And
Lincoln.
Lincoln wants to take a timeout. Timeout on the field. Our score, Ben
Whether it's
13,
your
Lincoln
luxury home or investment property,
nothing.
Jerry Wilson Group, with over 100 years of combined experience, is here to
By the way, the
help you
kicker for
with
Lincoln is Lance Ricker.
specializing in relocation and small business owner mortgages.
I want to tell you about another one of our great sponsors, Jerry Wilson Group. Whether it's your first home or a luxury home or investment property, the Jerry Wilson Group, with over 100 years of combined experience, is here to help you with your financing needs. Specializing in relocation and small business owner mortgages, visit jerrywilsongroup.com.
4th and 2.
So it's 4th and 2.
Oh boy, we're going, huh?
Rickard and Matt Caruso took a timeout, talked. Offense said, we want to do this. They could be just trying to get a offside on a hard count, but they're lined up. Trip receivers to the left.
Let's see if they attack that middle, Dave. We talked about the 4-2-5 being a little.
And there's another flag. Did they take too long?
I think they might have jumped. On that one.
Let's see.
False start. Now they're
Right.
going to punt.
And now the punt team's going to come back out.
Cardinals.
False start on the Cardinals. Lance Ricker will head back out for the punt.
4th and 7.
Unfortunate, but now it is 4th and 7.
First team back to return.
Right, last minute run in there. Guess he didn't hear punt team.
Early on, got to make sure you got the right players in the right package. There's the kick. It's away. Wobbly kick. Bounces at the 20. Going to get a great Lincoln bounce. And all the way down to
Pempel and Barnett.
the
with the
16.
down. 1st and 10, Ben.
You got some yardage on that kick. Let's see if they can flip the field a little bit here. Now, again, you're going to have to slow down Nutter in the backfield and kind of draw a little line here in the sand. You don't want to be down 20 going into the second quarter only. So this will be a big defensive stand for the Cardinals. Maybe some adjustments there defensively. Maybe key in a little bit more on the inside back. Make them go to the outside a little bit. We'll see what happens here.
41 yards on the punt by Lance Rickard. Lava Bears, this is the third possession. They've scored on the first two. Pitch around the outside corner on the left. The hole gets free and pushed out of bounds.
Pempel with the tackle.
I think that was Sorensen around the outside there.
It
Looked
was.
like number 6.
Sorensen on the
1st and 10,
carry.
Ben.
Picks up 12. 3 carries, 16 yards for Jack Sorensen.
You just did that off the top of your head, didn't you?
I what?
You're like a machine. You had that thing down. You 3 carries, 16 yards. Folks
My-
at home, he's doing this with no notes. Everything's,
My
everything's up
unofficial,
there.
my unofficial notes. Dive play straight ahead. Nice gain.
Nutter with the carry.
Just tripped up, or that could have been trouble.
By Burks.
Nutter on the carry, and he gets 6.
Again, the wing tee, a very simple offense with some complex things to it that allows them to line up fairly quickly and kind of examine what they've got and then come at you.
4 carries for Nutter, 88 yards. 6:25 left to go here in the first quarter. 13-0, Ben leads. Double wing formation. Wants to throw, going to throw way outside, and that's going to be way long.
Malinowski's pass intended for Parkstein. Iwanaga and Pempel.
Intended on the outside to Elijah Bartenstein.
There's a 2nd and 4 there where Ben's thinking, we're going to grind out probably 2 more downs anyway. Let's take a shot. Throw was just a bit long, but certainly something that I think you're going to see Ben do if they could get a little bit ahead of the chains on first down.
Malinowski, 1 for 2, 27 yards and a touchdown. Double wing, receiver split wide to the right. Wingback coming around, turns the corner, and close to the first down. He might be just a little bit short.
With the carry, tackled by Pempel and
I'm guessing they're going to go here and ooh.
He got 5. He needed 6.
4th down.
4th and less than a yard.
4th and less than the yard at the 40-yard line. Let's see if the Lava Bears go for this. They don't have any negative yardage on any play so far.
I'm going to go Tony Romo on you here, and I'm going to predict that number 20 is going to get the ball.
Here we go. They were in a double wing, shifted out. Now they shift back in. Austin Baker out there on the shift.
Timeout, I think, Ben, they're going to talk about it a little bit.
Lava Bears want to take a timeout. Timeout on the field. 5:25 left to go in the first. It is Ben 13.
State Farm Insurance Agency wishes the Cardinals the best in the 2022
Lincoln, nothing.
season. For help with your insurance or financial service
I want to tell you about Bio Lounge.
Kelly,
It's the home of expert healthcare providers skilled at investigating, identifying, and implementing the most essential factors for your true and lasting health, all in a relaxed space where you can explore your biology at ease. Well, 4th and 1. I agree with you, Kurt. I think they're going to go for it, and if I was a coach, I would go for it.
You might see a sneak here, or I would guess Nutter in some way, shape, or form.
Right,
Nutter's going to touch the ball.
Nutter's been very effective up the middle.
They list him at 205, and he's a 5'9", 205 kind of guy.
Here we go,
They
motion.
might sneak right
Quarterback
off that left.
keeper,
Yeah.
and he got 3.
Just the alignment. Lincoln was overloaded to the right side. It looks like they went off the left side of the center there.
Right, they didn't have a linebacker there in that hole.
First and 10 back.
Malinowski gets 3 and a first down.
I almost wonder if you just don't load up that line, put 6 guys up there and dare them to throw it and see what they can do.
Malinowski is senior. Nutter is senior. Nutter hit at the line of scrimmage. And, you know, Kurt was saying load up there in the middle and just slam it, and that's what happened. No gain for Nutter.
You know, in basketball, I think one of our philosophies I've always had was you try to take away the best player, their best offense, their favorite play. You know, not being a football coach per se, but watching the game and doing these games with you over the years is, you know, if you take away what the other team does really well, make them do something different. I think it can be a strategy that can help within the context of what you do.
Going to throw Malinowski again way up in the air and overthrows the receiver.
There's something that they probably only work on maybe 10% of practice.
Right. I wouldn't call those Malinowski now 1 for 3. He did have that touchdown pass to a wide open receiver first, but those last 2 have been, they used to call those wounded ducks.
Well, I think if you talk to Coach Caruso and you said he was 1 for 3, I think that would be something he'd be all right with.
Right.
You know, make him throw it. It's the 22 yards of carry that Nutter has that's killing him.
4:28.
Hold on, there it is.
The right wing back that time went down the line of scrimmage and cut into the left.
It's a big stop for Lincoln right there.
4th down.
Sorensen on the carry got 2.
Looks like
Groshong back to punt. Tempel back to receive.
Groshong is the punter.
Yeah, we've got Simmons at 2, and then we got Groshong at 2. So we'll have to figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Apologies to the Bend fans out there.
High kick, end over end. That's going to bounce at the 28 and down there. Covered nicely on that play. That was number 9 on the coverage. Jackson Bishop.
Well, I think Lincoln need build a little momentum right here.
Need a score. Need to get something going.
Find out some yardage here. They're on the short hash on this side. There's a lot of room out to the right. Let's see how they come out.
Receivers split wide to the left. That's Moroni, Seeley, Roberts. Trip receivers out to the right. Look how big Roberts is.
Certainly looks the part, doesn't he?
Wow. Going to throw, looks to the right. Tipped complete, but it'll be no gain. In fact, might be a loss of a couple of yards. Oh, I'm not sure. Did he say that was incomplete?
Baker with a stop.
No, it was complete. But I got it at a loss of 2.
Behind the sticks is not the best strategy for anybody. let alone a team trying to find their identity early in the season.
Iwanaga on the catch for a loss of 2 yards. 2nd and 12. Trip receivers to the right this time. Wacker, the signal, dive play in the middle, and Cardinal are having some success with that play right there.
They were chalky with the carry.
That would have been, again, getting 3 or 4 on first down, but now you're looking at 3rd and
Kelly
long.
with the stop.
Right, gain of about 4, but now it's 3rd and 8. Emmett Togney on that carry.
Again, the 5 DBs for Bend allow them to roll a second defender toward Roberts.
Wacker rolls to the right, puts it way up in the air, picked off. Was he inbounds?
Packers pass intended for Kelly Campbell.
Referee signaling, and I think
One
he's
referee's
signaling
for
out of
out.
bounds. Yep, incomplete, out of bounds. Wacker now 1 for 4, 2 for 4 for minus 2 yards.
Ball was in the air a long time, allowed that safety
Long
to come
time.
over. And
You know, I don't know that
Worked
last
out.
time I saw a game where both quarterbacks threw the ball so high in the air.
yeah, I think, again, first game of the year, getting their legs under them. There's actual people now that are trying to tackle them rather than the red jerseys on or the orange jerseys on like quarterbacks wear these days to avoid contact. So
Bishop back to
they're going to have to
return.
make that little adjustment. And
Ricker to punt, Bishop set to return. We got a timeout.
Timeout, Ben.
Timeout, Bend. Timeout on the field with 2:22 left to go in the first quarter. Our
Oregon
score,
Interiors. Since 2003,
Ben 13,
CFR's
Lincoln
commitment
nothing.
to Sustainability extends beyond our business
The
practices.
Kelly Manning State Farm
We're
Agency
creating
wishes the
high
Cardinal
standards of quality in
the
both
best in the
commercial flooring and
2022
interior
season.
products. We
For
deliver
help with your
maintenance, style,
insurance
and
or financial
sustainability
service
for
needs, visit
Call
Kelly
Brian
at
Donahue at
kellymanninginsurance.com or stop by her
503-5515,
office, and
or
it's
visit
located
us
on
at
Hall Boulevard
CFNI.com.
next to Washington Square.
it's a good location out there by Washington Square.
Location,
You
location,
got
location.
that right. Except for Christmas time when they have
Right.
a parking lot on 217. That's
Right.
probably a bummer for Kelly to drive out there during that time. But
Right.
sounds like she got a good spot out there.
Ricker to punt, Bishop deep. There's the snap,
Oh,
high
boy.
snap.
Oh, boy.
Bishop pulls it down, going to take off, not going to get this kick away, and going to lose all the way back to the 10. High snap, and he decided to try to run and get some room to kick it, and just got outran to the side.
By Guzman.
Yeah,
Ben will take
that's
over.
unfortunate for Lincoln because now
First
it's
and 10.
not quite first and goal, but just about as close as you can be to first and goal.
Right.
And now you're looking at a tough stop here. They're going to have to hunker down, maybe limit to a field goal attempt.
It's just outside the 10, so they can get a first down, I believe, without getting a
Yep,
touchdown.
I think so. It's hard to tell. They're having some trouble with the sticks over there. It looks like they're about the 14, 15-yard line.
Up the middle.
Nutter with the carry. Stopped by Seeley Roberts.
Got him on defense, too.
Nutter on the carry. Moroni Seeley Roberts on the stop. Gain of 2. 7 carries for Nutter here in the first quarter. Second and 6. Nutter, the lone setback, double wing. Receiver wide to the left. Hand off to Nutter. No, I'm sorry, pulls it down. Quarterback dishes it off to the wingback. That's number
Baker with the
44.
carry.
Austin
Good for an
Baker.
intended touchdown.
That was a little bit of that deception we were
And
talking
Lincoln
about. We
looking
had 2 running backs going left, and Baker came around from the other wing
Bellagio's
position
Pizza is
and
a
fooled the
proud
entire
supporter of
Lincoln defense.
Athletics, located on the corner of 7th
Cardinals
Street and
defense
Southwest
bit on Nutter
Jefferson
up the
next to
middle,
Lincoln High School.
Malakowski
Stop
pulled
in
it
for a
down,
slice
flipped
and
it
say
to
hello.
Baker. Baker to 7-yard run for the touchdown. It's 19-0.
Entering the kick.
Time on
Armstrong
that,
with the hold.
134.
A little misdirection there.
Armstrong in for the kick.
It's a unique kicking style there. He's only 1.5
Kicking
steps
good.
back.
Wow, another high kick, Pete. Point after touchdown is good, 20-0.
Cardinal football
Lava
wishes
Bears
to thank our
lead.
generous sponsors for their support of the kids. Special thanks to Wacker Remodel, Sports Car Market
Kurt, your
Magazine,
thoughts here early
Jennifer
on.
Dallas Sample with
Well,
Global Real Estate
Lincoln's
Broker,
gotten off to
Jerry
obviously a slow
Wilson
start. That turnover, I think, was huge because it felt like the
Bio
Wacker came out, hit a
Lounge,
pass,
State Farm
and
Insurance
even on the
Agency,
fumble, there was a play that they were
Contract
making some
Flooring
progress with, and then it's
Interiors,
all been
Bellagio's Pizza.
Bend and Nutter up the middle, kind of controlling the line of scrimmage, and then they've used that deception to get around the outside. So it's a tough offense to play against, and again, Lincoln in their preparation, obviously they knew the wing T was coming, but it's hard over time when you have that misdirection, that deception that the wing T offers. And Ben, give them some credit. They're playing some good football. They haven't made any mistakes, and football sometimes is the team that makes the fewest mistakes wins.
Pimpel and Mirab Shahi back to receive. There's the kick. A little bit longer this time. Fielded inside the 10. Mirab Shahi.
Mirab Shahi with a return.
He's out to, might have got to the 20.
Mose and Armstrong in on the tackle.
Sounds like a law firm. Mose and
Armstrong on the tackle. What's interesting about that, he's the kicker. So it's spotted at the 21. A little bit of a breeze is kicked up.
It is. Maybe clear
If
some
you
of this
put the-
haze in the Portland area out of the area. That'd be kind of nice to.
Put the ball up in the air on a pass. You put it up high, it's going to float in that wind.
It is.
Wacker sets the play. He's got trip receivers to the left. Motion.
Mirab Shahi with the carry.
Mirab Shahi on the carry and got maybe one.
Hit initially by Kelly.
3 carries for Mirab Shahi and he has 9 yards.
And you have to think a little bit. The wind might be affecting Coach Caruso's thinking in the passing game. You know, trying to throw it a little bit. It is a decent breeze here. It's still warm and pleasant and not cold by any means, but it's certainly something that will affect any of the passing game if you're not putting a lot of mustard on it.
Under a minute, the snap to Wacker. He wants to throw. He's going to throw on the outside. Has Moroni Seeley Roberts complete out to the 29.
Tackled by Bishop.
Gain of 8.
That looked good. That looked like
3rd and 2.
what they drew it up like in the huddle.
So 8 yards on the reception for Moroni Seeley Roberts. Just short. 3rd down and 2. Trip receivers to the left this time. 20 seconds left to go. Draw play.
Mirab Shahi with the carry.
Mirab Shahi on the carry.
He got first down. That's a big first down.
And he got
Kelly
the
with
first
stop.
down.
That is good for
Gain of
an
4.
First down.
That's the first down for Lincoln. All right, let's string a bunch of those together.
For sure.
Trip receivers to the left. Moroni Seeley Roberts out there.
I think they're going to let the quarter end here and talk
think
about
so.
it a little
They
bit
are.
coming out. Yeah.
That's the end of the
And
first quarter.
score is Ben
Our score at the end of 1.
Lincoln 0.
It has been 13, Lincoln nothing.
Wacker Remodel. When you're looking
20 to 0,
remodel or
Dave.
upgrade your home, you want to
I'm
work with a
sorry,
trusted
20.
certified
20 to
remodel
0.
professional With 30 years of experience.
That
providing efficient,
that muff on the punt was a tough one.
phases of remodeling. Call
Yikes.
Scott Wacker at 503.
I want to tell you about contract flooring and interiors.
50
Contract
for a free
flooring and
consultation.
interiors, since 2003, they've been committed to sustainability, and that sustainability extends beyond business practices. They're driven to create high standards of quality in both commercial flooring and interior products. They deliver maintenance style and sustainability at your feet. Call Brian Donahue at 503-525-3515 or go to cfni.com. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors.
We got a little update there. College football, West Virginia over Pittsburgh now in the fourth quarter. 8 minutes to go. That would be a mild upset early in the season.
The Pittsburgh era without Kenny Pickett starts now.
Yeah. Kenny Pickett's 24 years old. Did you know that?
I think
He's been
here.
there for 6 years.
I think he may be here in week 3 or 4. Maybe the Steelers starting quarterback.
Another score for you, Penn State 21-17 over Purdue in the third quarter. So we'll throw a few scores in there and maybe get some high school scores at halftime if we can pick something up.
Here we are. Receivers wide left and right, slot left and right. Wacker wants to throw on the outside. He had a receiver out there. Actually, that's Moroni Sealy Roberts.
Intended for Sealy Roberts, incomplete.
Wow, for a guy 6'6",
Bishop
he got down the field on the
He
outside.
moves well. Clearly, you've spoken so highly of him. I have not seen him with my own eyeballs. I've heard the name before, but certainly an athlete who's going to make some noise in the hardwoods this winter.
All right, we may see that play again. He might be the best high school basketball player I saw last year. Played for the Cardinal with his brother, Malachi Sealy Roberts. Wacker set for the snap. Motion. There's the snap. Wants to throw.
Ooh.
Looks to the outside. He has Sealy Roberts out there. Oh, he went down. No call. There it is. He got tripped while the ball was in the air.
Wacker took a huge hit there. A little slow getting up.
So Moroni Sealy Roberts split out on the right, ran straight out, did a little cut to the sideline, and the ball was up in the air and he got tripped. So it is a first down on penalties.
Fifteen-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty. It'll take the ball up to the 47. Right now, Lincoln will take anything that moves the ball forward. Receivers wide left and right, slot left and right, lone setback. Wacker the quarterback. See if he wants to throw again. There's the snap. Nope. Handoff in the middle. Nice gain.
Mirror Johnny with the carry.
Mirab Shahi gets 7.
Got him guessing a little bit now. Lincoln's got him guessing a little. I like that inside run on first down. Moves the chains a little bit. Now 2nd and 3 is very, very. No, I'm sorry, third down? It looks like they went to third down. Sorry
2nd and 4.
Yeah, they've got a third over there. I'm not sure if they're right on the stick. So it says 2nd on the scoreboard. So let's just say 2nd. This is a play that you can do anything you want to. You can run it, you can throw it. Lots of options.
Wacker's going to roll right under pressure and sacked. He's going to lose 15.
It's Malinowski, the quarterback, now playing linebacker.
So the first sack of the game. Wacker loses 14 on the carry.
That's a tough one. That goes 2nd and 4, back to 3rd and about 15.
Good penetration that time. Coach Caruso told me that Ben plays 4-2-5, but they moved some defensive backs up that time. Got a good pass rush.
So just to explain to the people how that's 4 linemen, 2 linebackers, and 5 guys way back. So a little weaker in the middle, stronger up front, and strong on the backside.
False start on the Cardinal. Let's see, they've had 1 delay a game, 2 false starts. Now it'll be 3rd down and 19.
That's a tough one, especially at the high school level where it's hard to throw it. Although the wind has calmed down a little bit here in the last 10 minutes, it's a much lighter breeze.
So it is. It's 3rd and 20. Receivers, they're wide to the left and the right. They're in the slot to the left. Wacker, he's set. There's the snap. Handoff in the middle. Mirab Shahi on the carry, and he gets
about 10.
About 10, but that's nowhere near enough.
Winchester with a stop.
Pretty common call there in 3rd and long where you just don't want to make a mistake. Get yourself at least a little bit out there.
So it's
Rickard into kick.
4th down, 4th and 16. Rickard into kick. So that is Lance Ricker.
I think
Junior.
In a previous life, Dave, I should have been a kicker. I see these guys, you get these guys that are kickers.
Straight up in the air. That's going to go across midfield and down at the 44-yard line, 16-yard punt.
Yeah, that's a tough one there for Lincoln.
We'll
yeah, you get these kids that can kick it and punt it and kick it and Hold the clipboard on the sideline, don't get hurt, but you still get to play, huh? Or the best job in the world, the backup quarterback, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to be able to hold the clipboard.
Got to be able to hold the clipboard. You got to play in preseason. You know, you watch them in preseason.
Sign up for a free weekly newsletter. Go to
You know,
Sports
sports are so tough now. I might want to be a bowler or a golfer.
I like our spot up here.
Yeah, this is
Talking
great.
about it.
This is great.
There you go. Talking about the game's always fun.
1st and 10 for the Lava Bears. They lead 20-0. 9:22 left to go in the first half.
Be a little curious if we had a time of possession chart just to see how much.
It's going to be pretty lopsided.
It is. I know Bend has scored relatively quickly. I just worry that over time the Lincoln defense gets worn down.
They run that
Baker
wing
with
back
the carry.
play to the outside on the right. He's going to get the first down, still on his feet, and actually gets 15 yards on the carry.
Eldridge and Pearson with the stop.
That was Austin Baker. He just kept turning those legs. I think there's a great movie called Remember
First
the
and 10.
Titans. You know that one, Dave? Denzel
Right.
Washington. He described his offense like Novocaine. it just slowly just knocks you out, you know. And I feel a little bit that way about Ben's offense here. They're just kind of just putting Lincoln to sleep a little bit with their constant misdirection and different things that
Baker on
just
the
wear
wing
you
back
out.
play last time. He's got 22 yards on 2 carries. Turn the corner again. This is going to be a big game.
Sorensen with the carry.
Sorensen with the carry, and I think he has the first down.
Pearson with the stop.
Be close. We'll see
Eli
if they
Pearson
can-
with the stop. Sorensen gets a first down. He's got
First
11.
down.
6 carries for Sorensen. 6 carries, 34 yards. 8:38 left to go here in the first half. 20-0 Bend. They're going to throw on the outside. Turns around, complete.
Now it's
Complete at the
pass.
10.
Rochon.
Steps forward, and that is a touchdown. Couldn't get him down, and he
Eldridge
broke
with the
free.
coverage.
Touchdown.
Pretty good
That is good
bounce.
for a Bend touchdown.
Again, that's number 2, and again, we still don't quite know, is that Simmons or is it Grosjean? We have 2 different rosters. for
Grosjean
Bend.
on the
It's
carry.
Grosjean, okay. That was a nice play by him to get his hand down to keep his balance and get in the end zone there.
Malinowski now has 2 completions, a touchdown for 27, a touchdown for 22. Point after touchdown. This is number 47, and that's Jake Ender.
Jake's got the 1.5 step kick. Boom, boom. Look at that.
Wow.
Good for him. That looks
Kick is
fun.
good. Takes us to Bend 27, Lincoln 0.
That was Armstrong, I'm sorry, on the point after touchdown. It's good. 27-0. The time on that,
Jennifer
8:24.
Odell agent with the Premier Property Group LLC, which is the Lincoln Cardinals a fantastic season. Jennifer is your real estate advocate from contract to close and beyond.
At this point, the Cardinals are going to have to kind of rally and use some mental toughness here. They're kind of against the wall a little bit. It's a tough spot. You've got a high school coach. You've got 16, 17, 18-year-old kids out there. You got to be able to kind of rally the troops a little bit here and see if they can't put together at least a strong drive. You know, maybe punch one in to get a little bit of confidence going into halftime, because down 27-0 at halftime would be a tough halftime talk.
Malinowski is 2 of 5 for 49 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mirab Shahi and Iwanaga deep.
Back to receive.
Kick is away. That's a much better kick, going to be fielded inside the 10. Dylan Iwanaga.
Iwanaga on the return.
He'll get out to about the 30.
Uh-oh. Flag over
Flag
there.
down on the play.
All right, I didn't see what that was, but there is a flag down.
We will find out.
Klaus and Guzman with the tackle.
We got 90 yards on 6 carries for Nutter.
Personal
Personal
foul.
foul
Ben.
against Ben.
Personal foul on Ben. That'll move it forward 15.
And a late hit over there, possibly. It's hard to tell.
First
It's the
and
far
10
side
for
of the field
Lincoln
for us.
Cardinals.
we got a view of the whole Wilson campus from our location here. We got the school to our left with the gym and so forth, and the community pool, and little practice field over there, and down over there, baseball field.
You know, last year I occasionally called this place Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
It's Ida B. Wells.
Yes, it's Wells, yes. Yeah, Wilson, the Damon Stoudemire. Damon Stoudemire back in the day.
Not only is Lincoln playing on somebody else's field, they're playing
Wells,
on a field that has a new name last year.
Yeah. I think they what is Madison? What are they now over there?
One of the schools is McDaniel.
Yeah, that's McDaniel. That's the one. There you go. They've done a good job with those schools. I've been out recruiting at different ones.
Mirab Shahi with the carry, and he's had some good runs here.
They've had some success on first down up the middle. They have. They've I don't have an exact thing. I don't have Dave's brain on me, but I can tell you they're getting 3-4 yards of carry when they go middle on that first down.
Mirab Shahi has 35 yards on 7 carries, so he's averaging 5 yards a carry.
This is where they've ran into trouble a little bit on 2nd and 4, 5, or 6, trying to make a positive play.
Mirab Shahi again in the middle. Cardinals attacking the middle of the line, and he'll get another 5.
With the stop.
Close to the first down.
3rd down and 1.
3rd and 1. Into Bend territory. Ben looks awful thin in the middle. Let's see if they send Mirab Shahi in the middle again. Nope, they're going to throw right across the middle, complete.
Pass caught by number 4, Tommy Pempel.
Complete to Pempel.
Again, I think you saw it crossing out right where the linebackers normally are. Ben had loaded up a little bit.
6 yards on the completion of Pempel. First down for the Cardinal. Their first down by the pass. Carson Wacker calls for the snap. Gives Mirab Shahi, and this time they were waiting for it. No gain.
Yeah, nothing brewing there, but again, trying to get something 4-5 on first down and then set it up. Now we're looking at 2nd and long. Big play here for Lincoln to try to get something.
You noted that Mirab Shahi was doing pretty good on first down up the middle. Yeah. Well, Ben thought of that too.
But again, I'll tell you there, if I'm Lincoln, I'm thinking 4 downs here.
Okay,
I am too. At the 40, I think that Coach Caruso is thinking 4 downs, so they got 3 more to get 10 yards.
Right.
You got to make something happen here. I think you'll build a little bit of momentum.
I'm not giving the ball up. Tommy Pempel trying to turn the corner. Hit, no gain.
Baker with a stop.
Big hit by Baker. Coming there from the outside linebacker position.
No gain on the carry for Pempel. It's 3rd down.
3rd down.
And actually they're going to say a loss of 1, but it looks to me pretty much on the line of scrimmage. So we'll call it 3rd and 10. 5:56 left to go here in the first half.
I think if they get 5 yards here, they're going. And I don't know if they're going on 4th and 10, but I think they're going on 4th and 5. So this is a play that they could probably use the entire playbook.
Sealy Roberts out wide to the right. Looks that way. He's going to throw that way. Sealy Roberts gets back.
Pass intended for Sealy Roberts.
Overthrown. Wacker now 4 for 7 passing.
Yeah.
4th down.
4 for 7 for 12 yards. Now it's 4th down, and I'm not sure.
Yeah, the offense is staying out there, so they must have saw something, single coverage maybe with Roberts over there.
Right. You're down 27-0. You know, I'd keep the ball and go for it. Trying to draw the other team offside isn't going to help because you need 10. The snap, Wacker looks to the outside on the right, throws, way overthrown. He was intending that for Cameron Rank.
Ben will take over on downs.
Ben will take over on downs, and they'll do that at the Bend Or, I'm sorry,
Whether it's
They're
your
on
first
40, I
home,
think
electric
they're
home, or
40.
investment property, the Jerry Wilson Group, with over 100 years of combined experience,
Wacker's
is here
taking
to
some
help
shots.
with your financing
Coach.
needs.
He's
Specializing in relocation and
gotten
small
hit pretty
business
hard
owner
the last 2 or 3
mortgages.
possessions.
Visit JerryWilsonGroup.com, NMLS 267270.
There's that double wing. Nutter, the lone setback. Straight ahead to Nutter. Nutter gets a
Another with the
5.
carry. Gain of 4.
That's 95 yards now Nutter has had in the first half.
Good
Just
L with the
100-yard
tackle.
first half, and that doesn't bode well for Ben, Lincoln and their defense. Taking their time here, which again they can do.
I let
Total
our
control.
I let our director know we're going to stay all 10 minutes of at halftime. We're not going to take a break. Around the outside, run the sweep play to the left. On the carry that
Sorensen
time.
with the carry.
Very interesting.
Sorensen.
That wing from the other side comes around.
Iwanaga on the stop.
Pitch.
And that was a gain of 15 for Sorensen. Between Sorensen and Nutter, they got 150 yards rushing.
There's some weapons in the backfield there. They have 3 or 4 guys that can run it. Sorensen ran well. Baker runs hard.
Baker.
We know about Nutter. I think they've got a chance to hurt some people in the ground game.
Malinowski wants to throw to the outside. He has a man wide open out there. And touchdown.
Iwanaga on the coverage. That is good for a Ben touchdown.
The unfortunate part of defending a team that runs it 90% of the time, that 10% can be a big surprise when they decide to throw it.
$40 yards on the touchdown pass that time.
Enter in for the try.
Call this guy Jake two-step. Take 1-2 and it hits through the
Kick is
uprights.
good.
Point after touchdown is good. It's 34-0. Time on that touchdown was 4:51. Malinowski.
Vital Lounge is the home
I think
of
it was
expert
Groshon
healthcare
again.
providers who did
Yeah,
investigating,
I thought it was
identifying, and implementing the most
Garbstein.
essential
I couldn't tell if that was number 8 or number 2. It's a little dark here. The lights haven't quite caught up to the darkness yet.
Okay, you think it was number 8?
I think it might have
I
been.
think you're right. Who is
I
that?
think it might have been Karpstein there for
Oh.
Ben. Trenton Karpstein. But again, we've got 2 rosters here. The one roster doesn't list. And
I
then
think
they've
you're
got-
right, though. I think it was to.
Yeah. So this one was printed from Max Prep and another from the OSA site. So I don't know if this is our best one, the OSA one I gave you. Because Max Prep sometimes doesn't always have those updated. I know for basketball.
Entering the kick. Pempel and Mirror of Shahi factor receive.
Malinowski is 3 for 6, and it's for 87 yards, and all 3 of the passes he's completed have gone for touchdowns. The
Pempel
kickoff,
with the return.
Tommy Pempel up to the 20 and pulled down. He's down at about the 17. $37 first half. I'm
Moses
sorry,
with the tackle.
34 first half points here for the Lava Bears. 20 in the first quarter, 14 here in the second quarter.
Coach Craven's got to feel pretty good about how they've come out. And Coach Caruso trying to find a little life here for his group here in the last 4:51 of the second quarter, trying to just generate something offensively. He's got to make a play, as they say in coach speak. You know, just make a play.
Wacker, he wants to move one of the receivers over to the left. Motion, that is Iwanaga.
Mirror of Shahi with the
Mirab
carry.
Shahi up the middle, gets about 6.
Really crafty run there. He got a dart in
Somebody
that
go
little
in.
hole and then able to kind of sidestep on the second defender. Good pickup on first down.
Kusha Mirab Shahi smacks his helmet.
good-sized student section over here to our right. They're looking for something to cheer about.
Mirror Shahi with the carry.
That'll get them happy. I think that's a first down.
Close. Mirab Shahi on the carry. He might be.
I think they're pointing first down right here with our line judge. So
Okay.
see those eagle eyes I got still?
He did. He got it.
I got there, yeah. We still could see okay. I was telling you earlier, it's just that up-close stuff.
That's 11 carries for Kusha Mirab Shahi. 4:02 left to go here in the first half. See the 5 defensive backs?
Yeah,
They've all
they're
moved
there.
up close now.
Yeah.
Mirror Shahi with the carry.
Mirab Shahi on another carry gets 2.
And again, having to play from behind now, Lincoln is.
Stop.
I think here you're running your regular playbook. You just have to you can't just come out chucking, because I think the reality of it is they just need to sustain a drive, see if you could punch it in, get it to 7 and feel good about the halftime talk, and make a couple adjustments and see what happens in the third quarter.
Whacker wants to throw to the outside. He has Sealy Roberts.
Backward pass
dropped it.
Roberts incomplete.
Yeah, that was finally they hit the hands there. There was a connection.
Defense.
That was close.
Moroni Sealy Roberts got to the outside, and he laid out to try to get that ball.
That would have been a
Thought
great
he had it.
catch.
That would have been a great
terrific
catch.
Yeah.
And he smacks his hands, he knows.
Third down.
I will say the defender was all over him. That was one
Exactly.
that was a tough catch. You could see the way Ben rolls the inside-outside coverage onto him. It's going to be tough to get too much room inside for him.
Mirror Shahi with the
Mirab
carry.
Shahi on a carry and back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It's going to be 4th down.
Kelly and Isola with the tackle. 4th down.
3 minutes left to go here in the first half.
Well, now Lincoln's got to hold on and keep Bend out of the end zone here in the last 2:52.
Ricker in the kick. Kirk
Yikes.
signed back to return.
45 is the number for the clock to start running. Another high snap. Ricker pulls it down, gets a kick away. High kick, going to take a bounce. And that could have been disaster, and Ricker pulled it down and got a good kick away.
Kick is out at the
Ben will take over on the 34-yard line.
Ben will take over for
Pretty good recovery there by Ricker. And at a whopping 6 foot, 140 pounds, he had to get up and grab that thing and actually got off a pretty good punt. So giving him a lot of credit on that one.
Early on in the first half, he had to pull one down and tried to get to the outside to punt and got pulled down for loss. But that time, pulled it down, got to kick away, and all the way back to the 34-yard line.
Yeah.
Then they'll start on offense there. They lead 34-0, 2:29 left to go in the half. Pitch, wingman coming around, gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Klaus with the carry.
We're going to get our flashlights out here to light the field up a little bit. The
Second
lights
down.
are. Like we need
Klaus
one
with the
more-
carry that time.
One more big set of lights here would do him good.
1 yard on the carry. It's 2nd and 9. Clock running. 2 minutes left to go in the half. Draw play up the middle. That's not. I'm sorry. No. It fooled
Sorensen with
me.
the carry.
I thought it was Nutter. I could see them when he tripped. He didn't have the ball.
Iwanaga with the stop.
It fooled us all a little bit there. I had my eyes in the middle also. And that's that deception, that wing tee deceptive action.
Sorensen on the carry.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Gain of 5 that time.
Lincoln with 7 guys up front there. Good stop.
Good stop by the Cardinals.
Correction, Sorensen.
Sorensen on the carry and gets well to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Burks with the tackle there.
And
Good
Frizzell
job
with
by
the
the
stop.
Lincoln defensive line. They were all over that one.
It's 4th and 5. See what the Lava Bears are going to do. Any chance they're not going to punt?
Well, quarterback's over next to the coach, so
He's coming back.
They're either going to take a timeout or maybe pooch punt. I'm not sure what their philosophy is in this situation, but
Pempel had moved all the way back. Now he moves up near the line of scrimmage. And they're sending out their punt team.
Timeout and the punt team. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing right again, Dave. Guessing right again. You're going to owe me a lot of quarters at the end of the
You better
night.
get some lottery tickets.
I know. It's like that Tony Romo. Don't you love it when you watch those games on the weekend and Romo's like, uh-oh, they're going to run this. The guy's running. And sure enough, they just... It's just uncanny. It's fun to listen to as a coach, and obviously a basketball guy. Listening to somebody analyze the game that's watching the intricacies of stuff.
29 seconds left to go here in the half. Bend is going to punt. Tommy Pempel will go back.
If you're Lincoln, why not sell out and block this kick, huh? I mean,
4th down.
It's a long shot, but let's because right here, if I'm the punt guy, I don't even touch it if it's anywhere close.
There's the kick. Short kick, low kick. Groshong with the punt, and that's going to go out at about the 24-yard line. Cardinal will have 22 seconds to see if they can do something.
Will take over 1st and 10.
Interesting play call here. 22 seconds, my guess is you're looking at a couple draw plays and get into the locker room, or maybe just one draw play and get in and regroup a little bit.
That's probably a good idea. Let's run a couple of draw plays, regroup.
Probably they only need to run one play to get out of here. I don't know if they're going to try to hurry up or not. But
Whacker. Mirab Shahi into the meet.
The draw play, huh? Look at that. Here we go. I think Lincoln's heading into the locker room, try to regroup a little bit here.
Mirab Shahi gets one.
Nope.
Samayoa with the tackle.
Wrong there. They're going to try
Clock
to run
is running. Cardinal look like they want to run another play. They're going to have to hurry. 3 seconds. They're not going to get it off.
Not going to get it off.
There's the horn. That is the end of the first half. Our score at halftime, it is Bend 34, Lincoln nothing. It was 20-0 at the end of the first quarter. The Lava Bears scored at 10:17. Start of the game, we were a minute 43 in, a 27-yard pass from Malinowski, and then the point after touchdown was blocked. Lava Bears scored again at 8:46 of the quarter, an 11-yard run by Nutter. Point after touchdown by Armstrong. It was 13-0, and then their final score was at 4:34 left in the quarter, a 7-yard run by Austin Baker. Armstrong, the point after, it was 20-0. In the second quarter, 2 more scores for the Lava Bears. At 8:24, a 22-yard pass from Malinowski to Groshong, and then at 4:51, a 40-yard pass from Malinowski to Karpstein. So all told, 5 touchdowns. 3 of them are passes, a run by Nutter and a run by Baker, and that's the scoring. So your thoughts?
Ben did it to him in a lot of ways there. The quarterback, Malinowski, very efficient. As you mentioned earlier, the completions to touchdown was pretty darn good. And they really had Lincoln on their heels quite a bit with some of that deception in the wing tee. The Nutter up the middle, then Baker on the outside that runs hard. Sorensen got him some yards. So I don't think really Lincoln had a good field to get any stops there. They had, a couple times were able to kind of shut him down a little bit up the middle, but just not consistently enough. And then on 3rd and short, I think Ben, knowing that they could throw it one time and still go for it on 4th, got some big plays on 3rd down and short, a couple of touchdowns that really made it hard for Lincoln there.
All right, I'm going to give you some statistics here. These are unofficial statistics, and this is the first half. We'll start with the Bend Lava Bears. Malinowski, the quarterback, he is 3 of 6 passing for 89 yards, all 3 completions for touchdowns, 27, 22, and 40. Rushing, I'm sorry, Kurt, I said I thought Nutter and Sorensen might have 150 yards rushing between them, have 149. Nutter has 95 yards on 9 carries. Sorensen has 54 yards on 9 carries. Malinowski, 3 yards rushing. Baker, 2 carries for 22 yards. I'm sorry. Receptions, Simmons, 1 for 27, a touchdown. Groshong, 1 for 22, a touchdown. And Karpstein, 1 for 40 for a touchdown. For the Lincoln Cardinal, 4 of 9 passing for Wacker, and that is for a total of 14 yards. Rushing, 14 carries for 53 yards for Kusha Mirabshahi, 4 yards for Emmett Togny. Wacker has minus 14 on a sack, and Pempel no yards on 1 carry. Receiving, Iwanaga minus 2, Pempel 6, Moroni Seeley Roberts 8. That's let's see, I'll get you the total here. Unofficially, that is 250 yards total offense for the Ben Lava Bears. For the Lincoln Cardinal, total offense 52 yards, 250 to 50.
And that is direct correlation to that scoreboard also. And then you throw in the turnover, you throw in 3 penalties, false starts that got them behind the chains a little bit. Tough half for Lincoln. On the positive side, as a coach, you're probably talking about the learning lessons that you got there, that we've got a non-league game. Let's see if we can clean some things up. You know, it's going to be, I can't remember who's going to get the kickoff, but if Lincoln can get something generated here early in the third quarter. But again, you're reflecting on that first half, that was a bend, triple option machine there with some really nice throws by the quarterback, Malinowski.
All right, I'm going to thank a couple of our sponsors. After I do that, Kurt, maybe you can update us on some scores. This is Thursday Night Football. High school, we have some games. College, we have some games. But I want to tell you about Wacker Remodel. You know, when you're looking to remodel or upgrade your home, you want to work with a trusted, certified remodeling professional with 30 years of experience providing efficient, high-quality craftsmanship for all phases of remodeling. You can call Scott Wacker at 503-539-9650 for a free consultation. And one of our other great sponsors, that is Sports Car Market Magazine. Sports Car Market Magazine salutes the hard-working Lincoln Cardinals. For 35 years, Sports Car Market Magazine has been the go-to source for information about collecting and driving Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Maseratis, Corvettes, and Porsches, some of my favorites. To sign up for free weekly newsletter, go to sportscarmarket.com. Kurt?
Well, I'm trying to get some high school stuff. I know I can find some college stuff. Some latest scores for you. Pitt up 7 on West Virginia with 34 seconds to go. The Mountaineers at the Pittsburgh 22. We look at the Penn State-Purdue game. Penn State ball down 3, 24-21 Purdue with 12 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Looking at some other big school scores. Oklahoma State 58-44 over Central Michigan. A little closer probably than the Oklahoma State fans like to see there. 59-10 Tennessee beating Ball State. And Wake Forest, another top 25 team. They are number 22 in the country, 44-10 over VMI. So there's your college scores. I'll keep working on those high school ones. This weekend we've got some big games. If you're a Duck fan, you got to be ready, right?
Right. Oregon plays Georgia, the national champion.
Yeah.
The head coach of the Ducks was the defensive coordinator last year at Georgia.
Yep.
Saturday night, Ohio State and Notre Dame play. If you remember last year, the Buckeyes opened the season and the Ducks whacked them. Well, they got Notre Dame. It's at Columbus. The new head coach of Notre Dame is a former linebacker from the Buckeyes.
Yeah.
So that'll be a pretty exciting game. Kurt, you know, we have a number of Thursday night games coming up this year.
We do.
You have some insight about why we're going to be playing Thursday night games this year.
Well, I know that in all the high school sports in the Portland area, there's a shortage of referees. So in order for some of the guys that are varsity referees to be able to cover all their games, they're going to have some Thursday night games. So if you're a referee, you might work a Thursday night varsity game and a Friday night varsity game. So if you're listening and you're interested in refereeing, I know that the Portland Basketball Association and the Football Association guys, they need referees because it's tough. And I know being a high school guy still teaching, even though I coach at the college level, they're always scrambling to try to put different times on some of the freshman games and JV games because of the lack of referees. So it's a tough one because we want kids playing. That's a great part of the college or high school, experience for them to get out there, learn to be a part of a team and excel in the sport they love to play and learn how to be great teammates too. Not everybody's a star, but people learn to excel in the role they're in. And so we don't want those things to go away for kids because of the lack of referees. And I know it's a tough gig now. I go watch high school games in my recruiting role at the college, and it's a tough role. There's a lot of parents that are on referees and maybe not where they deserve it. More of a enjoy the game and watch for your kid's sake and let those guys just call the game and maybe you'd get a few more referees out there. It's a tough racket.
Here's a personal question.
Sure.
What's your reputation like with the referees?
I was tough on some guys early in my career. I know that I probably was awfully intense, a coach there, and I think as I got older and realized, and then you built relationships with them, I just always, as a coach, I just wanted the refs to talk to me a little bit, and some were really good at that, where they could just come over early in the game, hey Kurt, I didn't see it, but maybe I'll take a look at it. I was one of those coaches that watched a ton of film and a ton of prep, so I kind of had a feel of the game a little bit. And sometimes that when you see that, you get an insight on what's happening on the floor that maybe a referee didn't watch 3 or 4 games of a team. So anyway, I think that the reality of it is they're doing the best they can to referee the game fairly. And the reality of it is it's a great profession to help kids participate in sports.
Could you do it?
I have I have jumped in over the years at different, like when I was in high school tournament, referee doesn't show up, I'm running a tournament or whatever it might be, and you need to jump out there for 5 minutes. It's a tough racket, and I think honestly the hardest one to referee, I think, is basketball. The speed of the game, the contact, especially in a 2-man crew. A 3-man crew is a little bit easier because you can focus your eyes in a certain area and so forth. But, boy, a 2-man crew in basketball when you've got 2 teams going up and down the floor is a tough thing. And I think an NBA referee, oh, my gosh, I just don't know how they do it.
Let's talk about your background
Sure.
for a while. You were head basketball coach at Oregon City, the Pioneers girl team. I believe you won 3 states.
3 states, 04, 09, and 14. Had some good teams there, some good players. I think over 25 Division I players during my 15 years there that came out, and obviously taking over for Brad Smith, the Hall of Fame coach at Oregon City. And we had, coming into my time there, I'd won 9 championships prior to that. So 12 in about 18 years was a pretty good run.
Yeah, that's a real good run.
Real good run. And prior to that at my alma mater at Gresham High, and I always tell people the story that when I came over to Oregon City, I had gotten to know Brad and Mark Neffendorf and those guys in the end of the trail business that ran tournaments and camps and stuff. And if you'd have asked me when I was, coaching over there, hey, how's your team? How's your practice? You feel for the game? And I said, oh yeah, but then I got to work with Brad, and I tell people that was a master class in coaching for 3 years, being with him and his ability to motivate, to teach, to get the very best out of young people. It really was a master class. So I enjoyed that time with Brad, and then obviously he trusted me enough to take over, and we were able to continue to have success. And I'm very proud of my time there at Oregon City.
You're now at Clackamas Community College. Your women made the Final Four last year.
Yes, we did. We had a very good group. I worked with Jim Martineau, who's been the AD and head coach there for a long time. My title is associate head coach. We share the duties. It's very unique. It's 2 older guys that have coached for 25, 30 years and really enjoyed working together. One of my old players at Oregon City had come over and played for us out of high school, Brooke Bullock. She was, if you can believe this, at a 2-year school, 3-time NWAC Player of the Year. Once the region, because of COVID, we had that COVID year, and then twice she was NWAC, the entire region Player of the Year. And so we had some good groups, made the Final Four last year, had a disappointing game in the semis, but lost to a really good Peninsula team who only lost by 1 in the final to Lower Columbia. So it was a really great season, and we've been very successful, 20 wins in 4 of my 5 seasons. And so we're looking forward to a new group coming in and having some fun with them. So.
All right, I got a couple more sponsors that we want to thank. We want to thank Jennifer Odell Sample from Oregon, who is an Oregon real estate broker. She's an agent with Premier Property Group, LLC. She wishes the Lincoln Cardinal a fantastic season. Jennifer is your real estate advocate from contract to close and beyond. Go Cards. I want to tell you about Bio Lounge. It's the home. Bio Lounge is the home of expert health care providers. They're skilled at investigating, identifying, and implementing the most essential factors for your true and lasting health, all in a relaxed space where you can explore your biology at ease. I do want to let everybody know our score at halftime is 34-0. Under Oregon high school rules, 45-point lead starts a continuous clock running. So if that happens in the second half, if we get up by 45, the clock will run continuously.
I got a few scores here. I was able to track down a score stream here, and I'm hoping these are accurate and they're not from a different dimension. But we got some names here in the local area: Milwaukee and Putnam, 0-0. I guess they don't have a score there. Halftime: Lake Oswego 6, Barlow 0. Interesting score there. Lake Oswego graduated quite a few seniors.
They're usually pretty good.
They're
Barlow has not
very
been very good the last couple of years.
Yep, we've got some 0. Here we've got a score that's a PIL score. Newburgh 28, Grant 27.
Well, that's a surprise.
Yeah, it was a 7 o'clock start. So now again, that says final, but I do know that it said 7 o'clock start. But I believe, if I'm correct, that I saw on like the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock news tonight that was like a 4 o'clock kickoff, 5 o'clock kickoff there at Grant. So Newburgh by 1 over the Grant Generals. They're still the Generals, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Okay, just making sure. A lot of name changes here in the PIL. So
for example, the Wells, Ida B. Wells, they are the Guardians.
They are the Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe.
Maybe.
That's a good playlist for halftime. We should suggest that one. If you ever see those Guardians of the Galaxy movies, they've got a pretty good little 70s, 80s, right up your alley, buddy. Little 70s. I got Taylor Swift going now. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's.
Is that what they play at halftime of your games?
Well, yeah, it's certainly a clean playlist. We know that one. But yeah, this will be.
Everybody's got to have a song in baseball.
Everybody's got to have a song.
All the players have a walk-up song. You know,
I did. Did you happen to catch? And the fans out here, the Mets last night at the Dodger game. It was a really great one. You'll have to look it up on YouTube there. Edwin Diaz is the closer for the Mets now, and
he used to be with the Mariners.
He's a pretty successful pitcher, and he has a song that has a trumpet part of it.
Okay, I did see this.
And they had the actual guy that plays that song in not Shea Stadium. That dates me. Citibank now, I believe it is. And as Diaz was coming out, they really played it up last night, and he walked out from the bullpen. The guy with the trumpet came out. It was pretty neat. I had a good kick, and again, don't follow baseball as much as I did when I was a kid when we were checking scores, but it certainly was a neat little moment there in New York City against the Dodgers, and he did get 3 outs and got the save. So Mets are a good squad this year, and obviously beating the Dodgers at home was a big win for that group.
Okay, so it's 90 today, and I just put my jacket on.
Yeah, the breeze, it's getting a little cooler, which will be nice for sleeping tonight, that's for sure.
We are at halftime here, Ida B. Wells High School, 6A football, actually 6A, 5A, because Ben Lava Bears are 5A. It's halftime, and the Lava Bears lead this one 34-0. And Kurt, what can the Cardinals do different this half?
Well, I think number one, you're gonna have to lean on the running game a little bit, just to get them some yards, get ahead of the sticks a little bit, as they say in football terms. So you're looking at 2nd and 3s and 2nd and 4s rather than 2nd and 10s. Carson Wacker's going to have to be a little bit more accurate there. They've thrown quite a few balls to the outside to the wide receivers. Maybe they can get the ball to some short looks over the middle in the 4-2-5 alignment. That's an area that's open against the Bend defense. So maybe that's a thought. And again, the coach is a lot smarter than I am, so I would expect that Coach Caruso and his staff have looked at all those things, trying to find a way to get a little success early here in the third quarter. And you can see them, they're out in the field now and trying to get some positive things happening here in the first couple minutes of the third quarter.
All right, both teams are back out. They're headed back out onto the field. We're a couple of minutes away from the start of the second half. It was 20-0 at the end of one. 34-0 here at halftime.
So the breeze picked up again here a little bit, so we're getting some stuff blown all over the place up here in the booth. Pseudo booth, that is. I want to say fall is coming just yet. We got Labor Day weekend to get through. We're going to try to get a little bit of sunshine and river time this weekend with the family. We got any big Labor Day plans there, Dan?
Watch football.
Football, yep. Saturday, big football day. And then tomorrow night, we got more high school games. If you're not playing tonight, you're playing tomorrow if you're a high school football fan.
Do you have a pro team that you like?
You know what? I'm pro-wise, you watch the Seahawks if you're a kid growing up in this area. I grew up a Raider fan, but they've moved enough times that I've kind of lost that little affinity to being in Vegas and stuff. But I really enjoy watching the really elite quarterbacks play in the pro game. College, obviously, my family are Ducks. My daughter's going to be a Duck in the fall. My wife graduated from Oregon. I had one other of my daughters that was a Duck. So we're partial to the Ducks. And I know that they've got a big one at Georgia, although they're calling it a neutral site. I think Atlanta is close enough for me to say it's a home game for Georgia.
I grew up in southern Ohio.
Yeah.
My family are all Bengals fans.
Yes.
But when I was a kid, there were no Bengals, so I was a Browns fan. So I'm still a Browns fan, although I have to hide my face a couple of times with what's going on with that franchise. But my family are all Bengals fans, and of course they're Joe Burrow fans.
Old Joe Burrow, Smoking Joe as they call him. He's cool as a cucumber. Pretty good job they did last year in Cincinnati. And that's the beautiful, I think, part about the pro football game is that it's not like the same teams every year. You've got Cincinnati. I know the Rams have been good for a while, but they finally broke through and made it and got the win there in the Super Bowl. And in college, I think it's pretty much Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and now maybe one other team tries to slide in there. And I don't know if that's good for the game per se. So we'll see. And again, obviously, Saturday afternoons in Autzen Stadium will be a fun time for the family. Hopefully this fall, get down to see the BYU game in a couple weeks.
We're ready to get this underway. Bid will kick off. They're moving from our right to our left in the white. Campbell and Iwanaga deep for Lincoln. Goes to Iwanaga. Cuts back. He's still on his feet. He's got some room if he can turn the corner to the 20. Cuts back again to the 25 and out to the 31. Iwanaga got 12 more yards that time by cutting all the way. He reversed the field.
What do they say? He ran 100 yards to get 20? That was a great effort there.
He did. He ran at least 50 to get 20.
Good stuff. That was fun to watch. Brought a little excitement. Maybe that'll be a spark. You never know when a kid makes a play for a team.
Cardinal with the ball. They'll start on their own 31. First and 10. They trail 34-0.
I figure wind might be again a factor in this half with the passing. We'll see. I might have to play some dink and dunk a little bit.
Wacker, the quarterback. Hands off.
Mirad
Shahi, and he gets 4. Boy, he has been a workhorse. That is his 15th carry.
He has. A little bit of that. It's a modified pistol formation. A little bit of offset just to the right or left of the quarterback.
Mirad Shahi with the carry.
Mirad Shahi with the carry and gets about 4 more. He's close to the first down.
Getting about 6. Reverman with the stop.
Third and 1.
Mirabshai with the carry.
Mirabshai in the carry, and that's going to be close as to whether
No
or not
gain.
that's a first down. No gain.
No gain.
So it's going to be 4th and
Kelly
1.
with the stop.
A tough decision, but probably one that they're got it. They got to
Fourth
go.
down.
There's a chance to get a first down. 34-0. I think you've got to try to make a play for your team here.
4th and 1. They're going for it.
Ben has loaded up the defensive line. We're going to be interesting to see what Lincoln calls here.
Now they're in like a 6-5.
Hempel with the carry.
Hempel, and he's going to try to turn to the corner. Can't get there.
Stop short
And
of the line to
it's
gain.
stopped short of the line of scrimmage. No
Ben
gain.
will take over 1st and 10.
Bend will take over on downs.
Just couldn't quite turn the corner. Unfortunately for Lincoln there. Turnover in their own territory.
Bellagio's
Ben takes
Pizza is a
over
proud supporter of
39.
Lincoln Athletics, located on the corner of 17th and Southwest Jefferson next to Lincoln High School. Stop in for a slice and say hello.
1st and 10 Lava Bears. They lead 34-0. They have the ball at the 40, at the 39 of Lincoln. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Double wing formation. Pitch. The wing back trying to turn the corner. Good job defensively this time by the Cardinal. No gain.
Lucas with the carry.
On the carry, that is number 23, and that is Trey Lucas.
Iwanaga and Bosworth with the stop.
Dylan Iwanaga on the stop.
Nutter with the carry.
Oh, boy.
Nutter, the carry up the middle, all the way down to
Seeley
the
Roberts with
20.
the tackle.
Morona.
You almost forget about Nutter.
1st and 10,
And
Ben.
if you remember, first play of the game, 50-plus yards, and I think that puts him over 100 for the game.
It does. 12 on the carry for Nutter. That makes 107 yards and a first down. Draw play.
Went to the outside.
Wow.
Right, kind of had everybody fooled.
Klaus with the carry.
Malinowski has fooled me 3 times tonight. That's his 3rd time. I thought that was a
Hempel
draw play.
And Goodell with the tackle.
Tommy Pimpel on the tackle. One thing about the double wing, you've got all those people going by you. You can
Yeah.
hand it to any of them. You got to have the courage though to stand with your back to the line of scrimmage.
You do, you really do. It's an interesting offense, but teams that have run it well over the years, go back to, remember in my days at Gresham when they talked about Bandon
Nutter with the carry.
offense.
Nutter with another big carry, and that's a gain of 10.
Stop by
Nutter at 205 pounds and 5'9".
Goodell and Hempel.
He's a load, I'm sure, to bring down. Low center of gravity, gets those legs moving.
Double wing got its big start at the University of Tennessee.
Some pigskin back in the day there.
Nutter with the carry.
Nutter on the carry, he's going to be close. Get a first down without getting a touchdown.
Assisted by Pearson.
Lincoln just trying to get something here. Punch the ball out, maybe get a turnover.
That's 3 carries here in the second half for Nutter for 28 yards. His total now of 123.
Just a tough assignment for
Second
the
down.
Lincoln front line to not get off the field very often. They have to come out there and defend the wing tee.
Nutter with the carry.
Nutter on the draw play up
Fumble.
the middle.
Oh, fumble? What just happened there?
I'm not sure. I heard the announcer say fumble. Did he fumble the ball forward or?
Looked like they were chasing something to the back of the end zone. Lincoln could get a touchback here. Got the first referee here, not sure what he's doing, having a little discussion. But that would be a big break, wouldn't it?
Let's see what the call is here. Nutter went into the line of scrimmage. The ball came loose. It moved forward. Touchdown.
Okay.
Touchdown, a 4-yard run for Nutter. His second touchdown of the night, 40-0.
Doolin in for the
Good
try.
kicker here. It's a more traditional 2.5 step run up. Left-hander, left footer.
That kick is good. Contract flooring and interiors.
Should have brought my sweatshirt like you did there. I thought about it.
Sustainability
And I thought, no, it's 90 degrees today.
I know when the sun goes down.
Yeah, it's been some warm evenings, I will say, for being a Portlander my whole life. Not a big fan of the 65 degrees, 70 degrees at night. I like those nice, cool nights.
All right, so that makes our score 41-0. 4 more points and we'll have a continuous clock. Ben to kick off. 7:07 left to go in the third.
Doolin in to kick. Mirror of Shahi and Pempel back to receive.
Here we go. Left-footed kicker. Kick is away. It's a short kick. Fielded at the 20. Fielded by an up-back.
Oxford with a return.
And that is Enzo Oxford.
First down by
We talked about it a little bit. We haven't seen him touch the ball yet today.
He's out to the 30.
Good starting
Coach
spot.
Caruso told me, watch Oxford. He said he's a power lifter. Looked pretty strong that time.
Good. Well, the clock's running here, Dave, and they didn't
First
even
and
wait
10.
for the first down play. Is it 40 where the clock runs, or is it 45?
45.
Huh. Because they've got the clock moving, and it usually on a change of possession, you don't start the clock till the ball snapped.
There's the snap.
Mirror of Shahi with the carry.
Rob Shahi on the carry and a gain of 3.
Hey, he's getting some good yardage tonight. He's working his rear end off, taking some punishment too. He took a hard shot there.
He has more than 75% of the total offense for Lincoln.
And again, early season, I think Coach Caruso are going to have to look to find some positives. Mirashabi is certainly a positive for the Cardinals tonight. Was it Cardinals or Cardinals? I'm sorry. It's Cardinals, isn't it? They're the Cardinals. It's not like Stanford the Cardinal, right?
Rob Shahi on the carry, and he gets a couple more. It's 3rd down and 5. Wacker, the quarterback, marks out the signals, sends Iwanaga in motion.
Mirror of Shahi with the carry.
Mirab Shahi on the carry, no gain, and it'll be 4th down.
Mose with the tackle.
Might have lost a couple there too.
Might have lost a couple.
Unfortunately,
He did.
Just got bottled up. I think the wind is going to start affecting the play calling here a little bit for Lincoln.
4th down.
Offense still on the field.
And that's what's going to happen. The offense is still on the field. Seeley Roberts, Pempel, Iwanaga all split to the right. Motion, Iwanaga. The handoff. And that is Iwanaga. Mirab Shahi. And he gains back the 2 that he had lost on the previous play.
As a turnover on downs.
That was 4th and 6. He got 2. Bend will take over, 1st and 10 at the Lincoln 40. Up 41-0.
Yeah, they must have changed that score total, Dave, because their referees are signaling to start the clock.
Oh, okay.
They were very, very adamant with the scores booth up here to get it going.
We'll watch that and make sure the clock is running.
Might be worth looking up on the website or something here in a break to see if that number has changed.
Winchester with the carry. Stopped by Goodell.
Winchester on the carry for Bend, and he gets a yard.
I'm going to say half a yard on that one. Half a yard. Put that in your stat book there.
All right.
0.5.
I got it.
Keep you on your toes. Make it harder to add it up at the end.
Right.
And it's just so unique how they just hustle up to the line and then it's kind of boom, boom, and it's coming out.
I like that.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
boy.
a pitch, a fumble, all the way back to midfield.
That would have been a big break for the Cardinals there.
Recovered by Ben.
The pitch was to Lucas.
Schnebley with the catch.
He loses 10.
10 and a half, I'm telling you.
10 and a half.
Got to have a little fun here. Yeah, I think that would have been a nice little break for the Cardinals there if they would have been able to pick that one up. But still, they'll take the loss. 3rd and a lot of yards here. My guess is up 41-0. Ben keeps it on the ground, so you're going to have to play solid up front here for the Cardinals. See if they get a stop, get the ball back, and make some positive plays here in the last 15 minutes.
Whistle. Malinowski is still in at quarterback. Up 41-0.
False start Bend.
False start on Bend. They'll back it up 5 more.
Will remain 3rd down.
Now instead of it'll be 3rd and 21. I'm sorry, 3rd and 26. Tech on the 5. .230 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. You know, I may be wrong on that. It may be 40 points. Is there a mercy rule in high school basketball?
You know, I've been out of it for a while. I think, you know, in the summer tournaments, there was always a mercy rule. There's a big play there for the Cardinals. Fumble, recovered. It's going to be Lincoln ball. Good field position. Let's get it going. But yeah, I think in the regular season, I'm not sure on that one. I know football went to it, and if it gets past a certain score, you got to write a letter, I believe, with some of the rules early on.
1st and 10 Cardinals.
Baseball and softball have a mercy rule.
Yeah, they shorten the
I
game
do know
a
about
bit.
the letter you have to write. If you get up by that many points, you got to write a letter saying why you did that, why you got up that many points.
Mirror Shahi with the carry.
It's like me when I beat my buddies on the golf course bad. I write them a letter. Tell them how happy I was to beat them on the 18th.
Clock is running. It's 1:46 left to go here in the 3rd. 41-0.
Gade and number 61 in on the tackle.
But I'll look at that and I'll get that for you next week. I'll get you the update on that. It might be 40 because I've noted the clock has been running. There's the snap. Mirab Shahi again
Shahi with the carry.
Dives forward. We got about 6 on that carry. He's got 75 yards rushing, Mirab Shahi does, but that's on 22 carries.
I'm just trying to look at some of the here. Football, we've got some OSAA handbook here. It's going to take me a little bit to get there, but we'll see what we got. See if I can help us out before
Lahamadou with the carry.
Alex Lahamadou with the carry.
Gade with the stop.
Well, 4th and 3 here.
Fourth and 3, there's a snap.
Uh-oh, fumble.
Ball is lost. Recovered by Ben.
Ben
Okay.
recovers.
Back-to-back turnovers there.
Kent with the recovery. 1st and 10.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Lava Bears.
You can see that probably going to go to the quarter here and a little up on the sideline each team, and then Ben will switch directions, and we'll start the 4th quarter.
There's the horn. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Our score here at the end of 3
That's
is
the end
Ben
of the 3rd
41.
quarter.
Lincoln nothing. Ben 7 points there in that quarter. A couple more sponsors I want to thank. The Jerry Wilson Group. Whether it's your first home, a luxury home, or an investment property, the Jerry Wilson Group, with over 100 years of combined experience, is here to help with your financing needs. They specialize in relocation and small business owner mortgages. Visit jerrywilsongroup.com. And Kelly Manning State Farm Insurance. The Kelly Manning State Farm Insurance Agency wishes the Cardinals the best in 2022. For help with your insurance or financial service needs, visit Kelly at kellymanninginsurance.com or stop by her office located on Hall Boulevard next to Washington Square.
There you go. Location, location, location again there, buddy. Kelly's got it. 35-yard line, bend. 4th quarter about ready to begin. See if Lincoln can make another. Turn them over here, maybe get something going. Get themselves on the scoreboard. I think that would be a positive situation for the Cardinals.
Lava Bears, double wing,
New
up
quarterback
the middle.
there for Bend also. Got some new guys.
Winchester with the carry.
Winchester on the carry, and he gets 2.
Wright and Schnebley with the tackle.
Let's see who that new quarterback is for Ben.
It looked like 43.
It looked to me like 43. Let's see who that is.
Sam Armstrong. They list him as a wide
Whoa.
receiver DB.
Armstrong was the kicker, too. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's who that is.
Let's see. It's tough to tell. We're at a bad angle there to check the numbers.
Klaus with the carry.
Klaus with the carry, turns the corner, going to get the first down,
Iwanaga
out
with
to
the tackle.
midfield. Klaus a gain of 15.
You almost want to say it like they do in the Christmas movie, Klaus, right? remember that whole the Christmas movies there? Yeah. Lincoln trying to make something happen here. You're probably talking in the huddle about seeing if they can't get the ball loose a little bit and do something positive, maybe punch one in.
You notice how they get their split in to get him out of the huddle before they come up to the line of scrimmage.
And I think there's some reads to that. They're going to read and see who, if Lincoln brings another guy over, if he's on an island by himself. Obviously, they've got some backups in now as far as quarterback and running back and stuff.
Klaus with the carry.
Klaus with the carry that time and gets 6.
I think the wing tee is so much based on how you want to guard it. If you do this, then we're going to do that. If you line up this way or you don't cover that position, this is where we're going to go.
The idea is to get all that motion, get all those people, get mismatches.
Make a couple simple reads at the line of scrimmage and then base everything off of that.
The wing tee puts so much pressure on the defensive ends.
I think defensive coaches call it eye discipline, where you have to really discipline your eyes, because if you think you're following the ball, next thing you know you're not following the ball and you're out of position and they've got a big play.
Lucas with the carry.
Lucas was hit in the backfield, got free. He's going down the sidelines. If he didn't step out of bounds, that's a touchdown.
That is good for a men touchdown.
He got spun completely around over there.
He
got spun around.
Took the handoff, ran into a tackler who spun him around. He went out towards the sidelines, and he just went 40 yards for the touchdown.
There was some speed there. Trey Lucas there.
Tiptoed down the
He
sideline.
did. He had outran the Lincoln defense.
That score coming at
Coolin in for the try.
8:16.
Clock is just running now.
Right, clock is running now.
Ooh.
Try is good.
Lucas now 3 carries, 50 yards, and a touchdown.
Extra point good. Just they do stop there in between.
Contact flooring and interiors, they've been around since 2003, and they're committed to sustainability, and that extends beyond just their business practices. Driven to create high standards of quality in both commercial flooring and interior products, they deliver maintenance, style, and sustainability at your feet. Call Brian Donahue at 503-525-3515.
Coolin in to kick.
8:58 to go here.
Kickoff coming,
Ibunaga and Bond back to receive.
and there's a short kick fielded by an up back at the 20, out to the 25, out to the 30.
Oxford with a return. Guzman
Again, he
with
got
the
a couple
top
of short
tackle.
kicks there. Made some good progress for the Cardinals.
Enzo Oxford on the return that
Yeah,
time.
I like that name, Enzo.
Wasn't that, what's his name? Wasn't that Ferrari's first name?
Yeah, yes, I
First
believe
and
you're
10
correct.
Cardinals.
Isn't there a great little movie, Ford versus Ferrari? I probably need to watch
I
that
didn't see
sometime.
that.
I
I should watch
I
that.
think that was
too.
all about the starting of some of those race car things that were going on.
All sports movies are good. Baseball movies are great. I love Hoosiers.
Oh, it might be one of my top 5 of all time there.
It's based on a true story.
Yes, yes.
Mohamedou with the carry.
Alex Lahamadou on the carry gets about 4.
Norman Dale. Not a lot of Norman Dale offense being run in these days in basketball. You get me out there at 7 seconds or less.
The real name of that school was Milan.
Yes. And it was
Their star player was named Bobby Plum.
Bobby Plump. Wasn't it Plump or Plum?
Plump. You're right.
I thought
Bobby
it was Plump.
Plump.
I read this story of Milan, and whatever it was.
Indiana was the last state to have open state championships.
Until relatively recently.
Right.
Backwards pass intended for Seeley Roberts, incomplete.
The pass intended for Seeley Roberts, incomplete.
Right across the middle. I think that was an area that I was thinking they might attack a little bit more with the passing game.
With somebody as big as him, and I might
just
think in the future
area,
about just letting him run a little drag route in the middle there. And
just kind of sit down in the middle and catch it. And,
Third down.
And get 8, 10, 12 yards at a shot. So
7:13 the time left. Clock running.
Clock's a ticking.
Thanks for joining us here tonight. Let's have fun on our opening night of the football season. We got lots of games lined up for you this year. Oregon Sports Beat. Go to our website and you can find out what games we have. Wacker wants to throw. He's going to throw long and deep. And caught. Completed. All the way down to the 40-yard line.
By Seeley Roberts.
Moroni Seeley Roberts
That
with
is
a
good for a Lincoln Cardinals first down.
30-yard reception.
Yeah, that's something that they were trying to get early and just couldn't connect on. Big play, nice catch, great throw. Real positive play for the Cardinals there.
Seeley Roberts, 2 receptions for 38 yards.
Take that.
And this is a time to see what you might have for the next game. That looks very promising. Remember you do an interference call earlier and had a ball go off his fingertips? He might be the guy.
Mohamedou with the carry.
Lahamadou with the carry gets 1.
Kent with the stop.
Let's see if Cardinal can get on the board. They've got 5:55 left to go, triple nickel.
Plenty of time. I think again, a little bit of you build a little. Game is so mental sometimes. You know, high school guys, they can get down and get in a rut. I think you can build a little bit of momentum for even just for film study on Sunday. You know,
Incomplete.
Pass intended for number
like
7.
a little miscommunication there on that route. Didn't have
Incomplete.
anybody in the area.
Third down.
That pass was intended for Henry Fovinci.
good crowd here. Lincoln student section pretty full. We got lots of parents in front here. Hopefully lots of people watching online. This is a good starting night. Not the result I think Lincoln wanted, but again, you never know coming out in your first game. And I think Coach Caruso will go back to the drawing board a little bit, see what went well, see where they get better, and hopefully again can finish.
Wacker wants to throw. Now he pulls it down. Oh, takes a big hit at the 40. He's going to lose maybe a yard.
He's taking a few shots tonight on some of those early long throws.
Right, that was a big shot.
Yes. I think the referees swallowed a hold there. I think that was a hold by the right tackle of the Cardinals that they just let go here with 5 minutes to go in the game. I think he spun him all the way around. And Roberts out to the right. Maybe they can connect on a deep one here.
Wacker to throw, set, across the middle, intended for Tommy Pempel.
Incomplete. As he
turnover on downs there. A little bit of a low throw.
Wacker is 5 for 13 for 42 yards.
They certainly could build on the ground game a little bit. Their success running up the middle a little bit tonight. We're going to obviously have to fix some things in the passing game, but I think Seeley Roberts, each time he plays, he's going to be a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable, being a big-time basketball guy, making that adjustment to wide receiver. I wonder if he might be a good tight end, Dave.
Ben with 20,
off the end of the line.
20 points in the first, 14 in the second, 7 in the third, 7 here in the fourth. That's their 48. Nice tackle that time in the middle by the Cardinal.
Winchester with the carry.
A lot of younger bodies out there, both coaches.
And Ray with the tackle.
Winchester on that carry, and he got 4.
We're talking about the PIL in general here. Grant with a 1-point loss today to Newburgh. Roosevelt. Some of the other PIL teams. It could be a wide open PIL this year. I teach out at Oregon City, and they play Jefferson tomorrow night. So the Democrats will be out there.
Oxford with the stop.
Enzo Oxford on the stop that time. It's a first down. We're down to 2:15 left to go here in the game. Well, I think Ben's going to put out a notice to everybody else in the Intermountain League.
Yeah, and they've got some good teams over there. That clearly that their unique style, their veteran running backs, they're going to be a handful. I'll be curious to see if their offensive, defensive lines can hold up. Size-wise, they're not gigantic. Your teams over there, Summit, Redmond, will be competitive over there. And it's always interesting because there's really, as a Portland area, you don't see those teams very often. And so sometimes it's kind of a crapshoot what you get. Summit basketball, unbeaten last year going into the state tournament.
Right, and then lost.
And that was a game that they certainly could have won. You never want to use those words should, but could have won. So it was competitive. They've got a good young player there. It's like South Medford got a good young basketball player down there too, and then obviously Westland. So, there's always some fun things to talk about when it comes to high school sports. Some really good athletes around.
All right, on the carry that time, out to the 40-yard line.
Schnebley.
Not a first down.
Burks with the stop.
Clock running 50 seconds.
Pitch there to the
Klaus with the carry.
Klaus with the carry with a big gain. I think he's out of bounds, though. That'll stop the clock.
I don't don't think
Hendren
they're stopping
with
the
the
clock for
tackle.
anything at this point. This is
No, the clock's
pure running
running.
time, yeah. Just straight running time. Again, Lincoln will regroup this week and then come back out. They'll have an extra day. Probably. I think their game next week will be Friday. Is that Newburgh? We got out Newburgh next week. Is that the plan?
I'll have to look
We'll
at
have to take
that,
a look.
maybe.
But we'll get the Cardinals
Well,
again next week. I'm sure they'll be
If
improved.
Newburgh played Grant well this week, that he assigned. There it is. The horn just went off. That they let that run
Now
out.
bring our home opener to an end. We will see you back here on September 16th at 7 p.m.
We'll be back here at the Wells High School for the Lincoln Cardinals. So they'll be on the road next week. We'll figure that out. But our final score here at Wells High School, it is Bend 48, Lincoln nothing. It's 20-0 at the end of one, 34-0 at halftime, 41-0 at the end of three, and 48-0 at the end of the game. Two scores for Bend in the second half. In the third quarter, 7:07 left. It was a 4-yard run by Nutter. The point after touchdown was good. And in the fourth quarter, that 40-yard touchdown run by Lucas at 8:16. 48-0. Kurt, thoughts?
Well, obviously Ben's going to have a nice bus ride home. You know, I talk about that, those long bus rides or short bus rides. This will be one of those ones that's long but feels short because they're going to feel really good about how they started the night.
My high school football team wasn't very good, and I remember making those long bus rides back.
They're
when
longer when you lose, so clearly they're going to have a good one. The Ben staff, it probably feels pretty good about their run game, their veteran guys at quarterback and at running back. And then on the other side, Lincoln, you've got to find some positive. This is where you really earn your money coaching-wise. It's always easy to coach when you're winning. It's a little bit harder after a loss. And in the end, you're going to look at the scoreboard, and Coach Caruso is going to have to find some positives, some of the things they did well, obviously retool some stuff. Ben's going to be a good team, so I don't think there's anything to be, feel bad about if you're Lincoln right now. You just have to go back and fix a few things, clean up some of those mistakes, and try to play a little bit better next week. Because, I try to use that philosophy of 1% better every day, and I think they're going to try to use that. Every practice, every play, let's get a little bit better.
Lava Bears have a lot of talent. They have a lot of skill position people that look really good. Lincoln will have to get busy in practice this coming 8 days, figure some things out. He got quite a few yards. The defense looked pretty good in the middle at times. We'll see what Coach Caruso does over the next week or so. Got some people we want to thank tonight. Want to thank the people here at Ida B. Wells High School, their hospitality, and seeing that we got all set up and everything. Both of the schools tonight, the Lincoln Cardinal, their head coach Matt Caruso, the Ben Lava Bears, their head coach Matt Craven, the offensive coordinator at Ben, his name was Kevin Cooper. He helped us with a lot of the information that we were looking for, and so we want to thank all of those people. Our crew tonight, great job on our director tonight was Steve Roberts, our engineer Jim Thompson, our production assistant Alva Myers, our producer Ryan Johnson, my broadcast partner Kurt Guelsdorf. Kurt, I'll give you your final thoughts.
Yeah, again, it's the first game out. Both coaches, not knowing exactly what they had going in, probably had an idea who their better guys are going to be. They're going to learn a lot from this and move forward. It's one game on a Thursday. Again, Ben's going to have a great ride home. They're going to feel pretty good about it. Lincoln's going to have a chance to retool. They'll get a short drive home and then probably come back over the weekend and start looking at film and getting ready for Newburgh next week.
All right, I want to thank all our sponsors tonight. Wacker Remodel, Sports Car Market Magazine, Jennifer Odell Sample from Oregon, who is an Oregon real estate broker, Bio Lounge, the Jerry Wilson Group, Kelly Manning State Farm Insurance, and Contract Flooring and Interiors. Thanks to all of those for their support and help to bring you these broadcasts. Again, we are Oregon Sports Beat. You can go to OregonSportsBeat.com. We'll have our calendars up for each month, and it'll tell you where we're going to be, what the games are going to be, who we're covering, and what time to start on those, so you can look at all of those. We'll be back next Friday night, Kurt and I, with the Lincoln Cardinal, and then we will be with you all season long. I'm Dave Hall from Ida B. Wells High School. Our final score tonight in 6A, 5A football action, it was Bend 48, Lincoln nothing. Good night, everybody. before 9 o'clock.
We are.
Wow.
Yeah. Running clocks sure helps, doesn't it?
Cool. Good job, Kurt.
Thanks, that's fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.